delicious Singapore hawker food along Upper Thomson Road. Welcome to another food adventure with Getting Lost. Today, we are still along Upper Serangoon Road looking for good food to eat, like these noodles, some Teochew porridge, and some beef noodles. So join me as I explore Upper Serangoon Road and find what good foods that we can eat here, and eat and eat and eat and more after the intro. We are back at Serangoon MRT station and we are heading towards exit B. Yes, exit B. And we're going to go further down the road and pass by the two statues that we talked about in the last episode. Yes, we're going to walk past these statues and head towards Simon Road. And along Simon Road, you're going to walk here, cross the traffic light, and this is Simon Road itself, and we're going to go down this road. And once we cross over, so like I said, once we cross the road, we're going to head down this direction and walk past this row of shop houses until we reach this place called Soon Soon Teochew Porridge. And this is the place that we're going to have our first meal of the day. And we're going to have some Teochew porridge. So what you do is, once you enter the store, you just go to this glass counter here, look at the items that you want, pick it up, and you can have it together with porridge or with rice. And the store itself is a very old school style store with just tables and stools. And so here are all the different items that you can choose to eat together with your porridge / rice. You can eat it here or take away. Lots and lots of different types of items. What I did was I ordered this here, which is minced meat, seasoned minced meat. And then you also have, I ordered a preserved vegetable and a fish. This fish itself is steamed together with onion, garlic, ginger, chili, and also preserved soya beans. This meal itself cost me $11.20, and most of the price here would have been to pay for the fish itself, which is a whole fish. So this is the preserved vegetable with porridge and seasoned minced meat. These two items are quite ordinary, nothing really special, not seasoned very fantastically, just very ordinary. But the fish itself is nice and fresh. The sauce is salty, a little bit spicy, and then the preserved soya bean goes very well with the fish, hides some of the fishy taste. But the fish itself is nice and fresh and delicious, goes very well with porridge. And in front of us is this place here called Punggol Nasi Lemak Center, and it actually sells Punggol Nasi Lemak. If you remember previously, we actually covered Punggol Nasi Lemak, which is at Tanjong Katong Road, in a previous video. But what we're going to do now is, we're not going to cover this in this video itself, maybe a later video, but we're going to go to the next place to eat, which will bring us first back to Kovan 209 Food Center. This is the food center that we actually visited a lot earlier. We ate lots of food here, but now we're going to get out of the food center here and walk along the shop houses. So once you get out of the food center, keep walking down, straight down that direction. Yes, so keep walking straight down some more, walk until you reach the end of this block of shop houses. Correct. So just to repeat, from the food center itself, Kovan 209 Food Center. You head towards the shop houses under the block, and you keep walking some more until you reach the end, which is a coffee shop. And this coffee shop is where we're going to eat our next food. The food, yes, this coffee shop itself under block 203 coffee shop. A very popular place for lunch, which is quite packed during lunchtime. And at the end of this coffee shop, there is a store here where we're going to eat our next food. The name of the shop is called Cheng Kee Beef Kway Teow, and they serve beef noodles. And this is the pricing of the beef noodles. So basically you can have it with soup or dry, and then you can have different types of beef ingredients, like you can have mixed beef or just beef slices, or you can have beef with tendon. What I selected was actually mixed beef with tendon, dry style with thick bihun. And that one cost me $6 for the small portion. And this is the dish itself. Something very different you have that you don't get in other places is they have some kind of pickled onion, which they actually pickle it together with chinchalok, which is actually preserved baby shrimp, small shrimps. So the first thing I did was I actually taste the soup itself. The soup itself tasted really good, really delicious. It was beefy, it was peppery, it was savory. It made me want to decided that I should have actually ordered this dish itself instead of dry with soup, because the soup itself was really good, really delicious. But since I ordered it dry, I tasted the noodles itself. The meat pieces were just cute or quite ordinary. The dry sauce was actually a bit one-dimensional, nothing really special. But what happens was later I add in the pickled onion, but that actually adds in. The onion itself was sweet, then it was sour, a bit fermented. It helped to add in the additional dimension that was missing in the noodles itself. So this extra ingredient, this special pickled onion, actually gave it the extra tartness that this dish need to make it quite nice. And, oh, look, where are we now? Today, we are still along Upper Serangoon Road, but at a different MRT station. We're actually now at Serangoon MRT station. And if you head down that direction, you'll go to next shopping center. But if you're not going to that direction, you're going to go to the opposite direction. So once you get out of the gantry, you turn right and head down the corridor, pass through these gates, okay, and you keep heading down. You head towards exit A, which you'll take from this escalator. But if you walk a slightly further distance, you'll reach the lift, and this lift itself will take you to the street level, but we're going to take the escalator up instead. So we head towards the escalator and go all the way up, and we're going to head towards the surface, head towards the street level, head towards the light. Anyway, so we are almost towards the top, and once we get out, we head straight all the way straight, and you'll reach to the bus stop, which is right in front there, as you can see in the distance. But if you actually take the elevator earlier, the elevator exit will be out that direction. You need to get out, U-turn, and walk back all this direction here, and this is the exit A that we came out earlier, and then you need to head straight down that direction to the bus stop. So we're heading towards this bus stop here. The bus stop is actually the Serangoon Station Exit A bus stop. And you can take these particular buses from this bus stop here and go down 2 bus stops. Or, actually, the place we're going to eat is actually in between 2 locations. You can actually stop off the first bus stop or the second bus stop. But I decided to stop off at this bus stop, which is the second bus stop. And this is the After Sunshine Lodge bus stop. And once you reach here, what you do is you get off the bus, you turn left and walk back opposite the traffic and walk back that direction, which will bring you to the place that we're going to eat. So just keep walking back along this road here against traffic, straight down that direction, and walk all the way down to the end. Yes, all the way down to the end. At the end here, there's this place called Suriya banana leaf. They make Indian food or mama food or Indian Muslim food, which is all the usual stuff. You know, you can have your mee goreng, mee rebus, prata, biryani, your drinks, all kinds of different items they have. You can actually order here, even rojak, Indian rojak. So what I ordered was, first of all, prata, plain prata. The prata here was freshly cooked, nice and chewy texture, which is nice. And also I find that it was a bit less oily than other places. Quite enjoyable. The curry itself wasn't that fantastic, it's just quite average. But I like the prata itself. There's a nice chewy, doughy texture and also not very oily, which is surprising. Next up, what I ordered was also murtabak, ayam murtabak, which is chicken murtabak. So basically, murtabak is some kind of like a pancake or like a pizza, okay, where you have the inside you stuff in chicken or other types of meat together with onions and a bit of herbs and spices. The murtabak here was also quite ordinary, nothing really special about it because the meat they used was actually breast meat, so not much flavor to the meat itself, quite ordinary, nothing really special. But just a few doors down is this shop called Kee Fishball Noodles. Yes, it's just a few doors down from the mama store itself, or the Muslim, Indian Muslim food store. The corner, just a few doors down is this shop here, and what they do here, they sell noodles, but they actually handmade their own fish balls and a few of the Yong Tau Fu items. The full name of the shop is actually, they call it Finest Cheng Kee Fishball Noodles. This bowl of noodles cost me $4.50. I ordered mee pok noodles dry with chili, and first of all, the noodle texture itself has a very good texture to it. It's nice, chewy and firm, which is really good. One of the better texture noodles I've eaten. The chili sauce itself does not actually cover the taste of the noodles. When you eat the noodles, you can actually taste the taste of the noodles itself. And there's also a aftertaste of fried shallots. The pork lard you see on the bowl itself is actually, you can actually put in free flow. They actually have a container where you can put in as much pork lard as you want. But what's really good here is their Yong Tau Fu items or their fish ball, which is nice and chewy and bouncy, which is really good. That's one of the specialty of this shop itself, where I think they actually make their own Yong Tau Fu items and fish balls, so they have a better bite texture and bounciness to it than those you buy from the factory. Overall, a very good, a very delicious, a surprisingly enjoyable bowl of fishball noodles. Anyway, this is our adventure here along Upper Serangoon Road. I have explored this place quite thoroughly. There's still a few more places. Maybe I can make a short video about that. But other than that, I've covered most of the road. I hope you enjoyed our adventure, our food adventure here along Upper Serangoon Road. And for those of you who haven't done so, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. You don't have to, but I would appreciate it if you do. And the most important thing, the thing that you must do, you need to ask your friends to do it, your family members, everyone to do the same thing, is to join me for my next food adventure. Until then, bye bye.